Hello my spooky bats and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Orphea and I create videos based around the goth subculture. Today's video is actually something that I had been wanting to try for a longer time ever since I have seen a few of similar videos like this, and it is going on Tinder with two different profiles, one that is very extremely goth and one that is more neutral. So I actually set myself a bunch of rules, and because I only have one phone and one number, I had to do this on separate weeks. So let's define the rules of this challenge so that you know what exactly I did. First things first, I created my accounts on Monday afternoon. So Monday around 4 in the afternoon is when I started each challenge. So I did one the first week and then one a week after, and this is actually a week after that. And I had my account active for 3 rounds of likes, so it was about Tuesday evening, I think, that I actually ended both challenges. So the rules were that I had to like each and every profile on Tinder. Now I did get 3 exceptions. Why did I get 3 exceptions? Because of people of my job. They don't need to know that I'm on Tinder and I don't want to like them. And also some people are just extremely openly racist or openly extreme, and I don't want those people in my feed either, but that's just personal preference. I actually only had to use it once or twice on both profiles, so that's okay. The second thing is that I would not personally engage first with anyone, so they had to write me a message, not the other way around. I also had the same description for both profiles, so it just had my basic information. Now I'm going to start with the normal profile because I want you to see the difference versus the extreme profile. So the more extreme profile, my goth profile, will be a little bit later in this video. And this is the main picture that I had put on my normal profile. I also had 2 pictures with my cats, but that's mainly it. Now, something that I have noticed on Tinder with both of my accounts, so both of the profiles, is that most people just say, hey, and that's it. So I reply with hey as well. And then they're like, how are you? And then I reply, good, how are you? So a lot of conversations were awkward, to say the least. And I feel like Tinder is a very empty space conversation-wise. Now, I did take a bunch of screenshots and I will not be including any personal information of anyone in this video. I don't want anyone to get in trouble if someone recognizes them, etc. So I will be hiding the names, hiding the pictures. It's just because of privacy reasons. I don't want to get in trouble for making this video. So on my regular account, on the 2 days, so 3 rounds of likes, which is I think 300 people that I liked or matched, I got 90 matches, which is not bad. Out of those, about half of them actually sent me a message. So what I don't get on Tinder is that if people match you, they don't immediately start talking to you, which I think is weird, but sure, why not? Now, most messages went a little bit like this. Hey you! So I reply, hey, and then there's like, what's up with you? What are you doing? And then the conversation just comes to a stop. And that's actually something that I've seen happening a lot. Now, also some people liked me both weeks. And I know which ones they are, you won't, but I know which one it is. So this one, for example, is someone who liked me the previous week with my very alternative profile, and then the week afterwards also liked me with my regular profile. Now the thing is, people wouldn't talk to me as much on my regular profile as they did on the alternative one. On the alternative one, people sent me a lot more messages in comparison than the regular one. But the messages on the regular one, once people started talking to me, were a lot more personal and were actually based around the things that I had put on my profile. They would either start talking about my cat, about me being a gamer, the books I'd like to read, etc. And then there's also people who don't know when enough is enough. So there was someone who was like, hey, how are you? I didn't really know what to look for on Tinder, and I was very honest about this. If anyone would ask me, what are you looking for? I would just reply to them, I don't really know, this is just an experiment, I'm just trying out this app, which is not a lie. And if they would ask me if I am single, I would actually tell them, no, I am not. But some people are just like really obnoxious. And I actually didn't have to dislike a single person on my regular account or like disconnect with them, but I did have to do on my other account. Some people also don't know how to start talking to a girl, and that's very obvious. So maybe I should make a video in the future like how to start talking to girls on Tinder, because obvious from my experiment that a lot of them don't know how to do it. And then the one final thing I want to talk about from my regular account is that I got a dick pic. Fortunately, Tinder detects these types of pictures and they automatically block them. So there was one guy who just out of the blue wanted to send me a cuckoo with a dick pic. So he's French and he wanted to send me a dick pic. So here are some of the messages. It's just weird and I feel like, yeah. Some people even asked me if my profile was actually me or if it was the cat that I made the profile for, like, seriously. I know they're just trying to engage in conversation, but there was also music on my profile, so start talking about the music maybe, like, it's just very weird. So if we conclude the experiment of my normal profile, I would say that I got a decent amount of matches back. So, because out of the more or less 300 people, 90 liked me back, so matched me, and about half of those actually started talking to me. Now onto my alternative account. So these are the pictures that I put onto that account. They are my more extreme pictures, and the main reason I wanted to do this is just to see how people would react differently. Generally speaking, on my alternative account, I got a lot more messages and also more likes. 102 people actually liked me on my alternative account versus 90 on the regular one. Now, why can you only see 100 ones on the overview? Because I actually dismatched and blocked 2 people. One who was just very rude to me and the other one because dick pic, and I don't want those. So most people are just like, hey, what are your tattoos? Nice tattoos. Someone even asked me if it was Amy Winehouse on my arm. There was someone else who actually started pretty good. He said nice tattoos, and then it's like, do you believe in ghosts? I don't believe in ghosts. And then he asked me if it's Amy Winehouse on my arm. It's Bride of Frankenstein, by the way. And it's just a bit weird. The conversation was very awkward, to say the least. Asking me whether I get a lot of comments on my look, whether they are positive or negative. And then he asked me, because I say that most reactions to my look are positive, is this in church terms positive? So it's like, I have no clue what he's trying to ask me, so I ask him to explain to me what he's trying to ask, and then he says, this has no point. And I fully agree with him, this has no point. I actually also said to myself that I was going to reply to most messages, and that was a mistake on my part, honestly, but hey, some people are just like, hey, pretty pictures, sending me memes that I'm hot and stuff. So I got a lot more replies, but like a lot more replies on my alternative account. But a lot of people also stopped talking to me after they sent me one message. One person super liked me, says, love the look, I say thank you, and that's it. And it's not that I didn't stay on the app for longer after that. Also people who just say, hey, how are you? I reply, they stop talking. And then we get to the worst person that I have encountered on Tinder so far. First message he sent, Kathy, my dick died, can I bury it in your ass? Excuse me, what? So I first considered just simply blocking him, but then I was like, I have to reply to this. So I actually replied to this guy. In what world is this a okay message to send to anyone, or do you just want to get blocked? And then he replies to me as if it's like the most normal thing in the world of not taking ourselves too seriously and just trying to have a laugh. And the next message is, moving forward, what's your normal level of energy? Like, dude, as if any girl on this app is still willing to talk to you at this point. Like, this is a type of messages that I kind of expected that I would get, but didn't hope I would get. So I was actually pretty disappointed in this guy. Like, why even? How even? Is there anyone on this planet who would appreciate getting such a message as a first message on a match on Tinder? Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. So I actually blocked the guy. Also, people tended to be a lot more pushy on my alternative account. They actually asked me to switch to WhatsApp, to switch to Instagram immediately, giving me their phone numbers. I'm gonna hide the phone number. And then there was a guy who asks me, hey, do you like chocolate? This person was a person of color, and I'm not gonna say that every person of color is like this, but it was a trend that I saw heavily in the messages that I got from people who have a different skin tone than me, is that they would ask if it was a problem for me that they were of a certain skin tone. Some would just ask me, have you dated black before, or have you dated another skin tone than yours before? Some were really kind and just normal, but this guy asks me if I like chocolate. And then goes on in the conversation that he likes the taste of vanilla. And I just, like, I'm sorry, but this is not the type of messages that anyone wants to get when they first try to meet someone. Like, I get his approach. I get that he wants to know whether you want to date someone who is of a different skin tone. But if you like them on Tinder, it's already a first message of saying, hey, I do like you. So I just found that, like, very weird. And also my length is a problem to a lot of people, but that was more an issue on the alternative account than on the normal account. On the normal account, I don't think anyone commented on the fact that I was tall, but on the alternative account, a lot of people asked me, is it a problem that I'm shorter? No, it is not. I honestly, if I'm looking to date someone, their length does not matter. So the main trends that I have seen on Tinder on both of the accounts, so both the alternative one and the normal one, is that people don't know what to say to you. You have to really make an effort to engage with someone in conversation, and it feels very empty. Most of the conversations didn't went further than the hi, how are you? What are you up to? What are you doing? So I feel like people don't know how to talk to other people on these apps, for example. Or maybe I just had the worst of the worst, I don't know. Now, some people were actually very nice. There were, of course, exceptions on every level. And I do want to thank some of the people who liked me, who matched me, who actually actively started talking to me. When I told them about the experiment, they didn't take it in an offensive way. Some of them are actually looking forward to seeing this video. So hi, if you're one of the guys from Tinder who wanted to know about the YouTube channel, here's the video. And thank you honestly for being so kind, because a lot of the guys on Tinder were actually kind and nice enough to me that they would just respect if I told them like, hey, this is just an experiment. I'm not actually looking into finding someone. Most of them had already asked me what I was looking on Tinder, and I just honestly told them that I was just trying out the app, seeing what it was about. So if you're a guy and you want to go on Tinder and you want to like an alternative girl or a normal girl or any girl that there is, just be nice, please. Don't be like the dick guy. It's really not nice to anyone. It doesn't do you any favors, because we will most likely report you and get you removed from the app if we can. That's at least what I try to do. So the things that stand out between my alternative account and my normal account. The alternative account got a lot more likes and a lot more messages, but also the most rude ones and also the most weird ones. My normal account, although getting less likes and less matches, actually had nicer messages overall, and people were less judgy of me in some certain way. They would send me less weird messages. And also on my alternative account, people tended to be a lot more pushy and a lot more like wanting to continue the conversation somewhere else or wanting to know more about me right away, which was kind of like weird feeling to me. So spread over the both accounts, I got more or less the same messages from the general public, as to say most messages were, hey, how are you? And we're just feeling very empty, and most conversations actually ended pretty soon as well. If you stuck through this video, let me know in a comment down below. Have you been on Tinder before? What was your experience with Tinder? And would you ever use it if you're looking into finding a partner? Because I personally would not. No thank you, not in a million years. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for weekly videos. Before we end this video, of course, I want to thank my patrons, and more specifically my high-tier patrons, Anders and Jerry. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. It means the world to me. And now, of course, to every single one of you, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week with a new video. Bye!